We have entered the emotional body, part of the process, and now we enter session 8. And session 8, the presence activation statement is, I am responsible for my own peace of mind, which sometimes, if we're still in a victim place, can appear quite insulting. I am responsible for my own peace of mind. And nothing fractures peace of mind more than anger and revenge and all that stuff that goes with it. So this morning we said that this work is about justice. And we said that the justice in the world is really revenge. And now when you understand the concept of the messenger and what the messengers are trying to tell us, not only as individually, but as the messengers of the world, there are many messengers in this world that are playing the role of messenger. And if we could just catch them and kill them and not have to look at that stuff, gosh, it would be a lot more peaceful. One of the main tools of working with anger, because in session 7 we transformed fear to safety. I feel more safe. I can work with what's happening to me. I have a tool that I can integrate it. I can now start responding to my experience. Therefore, I'm going to increase the level of safety, feeling of safety in this body. Now we're going to work with anger and move it towards peace. And the tool of moving anger into peace is the tool of forgiveness. Now, what we're taught is that you're supposed to forgive someone because it's the right thing to do. I don't know if you've tried that. I forgive you as long as you don't come around here again. And when you think you've forgiven someone because it's been the moral thing to do, all they have to do is show up to tell you that nothing actually happened, nothing changed. So forgiveness comes out of awareness. So if I look at my own life journey and I understand my imprinting, that when I was young I was imprinted with certain energy patterns, that I turned these into certain belief systems and concepts, that I manifested those as certain physical behaviors and circumstances, which I then reacted to because I was transfixed by the physical world. It's really crazy to go and judge and condemn myself because of that experience. So until I awaken from it, that's how I'm going to be, because I'm following an example. I'm living to an imprinting pattern. I'm trying to change things by fiddling with the effect. I'm seeing my fear, anger, and grief reflected outside of me and attacking it, trying to stamp it out in any way I can. I'm living in victim and victor mentality, in which I'm blaming others for the condition of my own heart, and I'm trying to stop them from showing that to me. This is all a natural part of the journey. So when I see that about myself and I begin to move into a level of awareness about how my behavior comes about how my experience is manifest, then I really can't stand there and judge myself, because I see just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Justice. And in that moment, then I can forgive myself. Now I'm going to take care of my heart. I'm going to do whatever it takes to move myself into felt perception, reawaken my emotional body awareness, so that I can begin to operate from the causal point of my awareness. In other words, be able to feel the consequences of my thoughts, words, and deeds before I even put them into play. Therefore, by taking responsibility for my own experience, I'll become a responsible being in my world. That's a remarkable shift to make. So how can I get down on myself for everything that's taken me to get there? So I can forgive myself. But sometimes it's hard for me to forgive other people, because it's very easy to see that about myself. But isn't everyone in the same boat? Isn't someone who's behaving in a hurtful way just doing so because it's the only way they know how to get the attention that they're striving for, they're needing and wanting, because they were never shown how to give that to themselves? The hardest people to forgive are our parents. We can forgive ourselves. I forgive myself. And that's where we enter what's called arrogance. It's a big block. I can forgive myself, forgive other people, but I can't forgive my parents. And the block that stands between us and forgiving our parents is the fact that it's very hard for us to allow ourselves to see our parents as children. And our parents were children once too. And they went through childhood experiences that imprinted them. And what's more, they didn't grow up in this era that we're living in, which really is an era of awakening. So they never had the tools. Because you can be sure if they did, they would have used them. So let's close our eyes for a moment and connect our breathing. And bring a picture of our parents to mind, whether they're in this world or not. And simply see them as children. When we see our parents as children, it's very easy to forgive. Okay, open the eyes. So in session 8, we're dealing with mental clarity. And so we use the same navigational tool, the same series of questions. And this time we're asking about mental clarity. And we ask those questions again twice a day as we move through that week.